Finally, my prayers have been answered. Season 9 of The Flash, it has been announced, will be the final season of the show and thus will be the last remnants of the Arrowverse. So this is it. After 9 years of The Flash, technically the Arrowverse has been going on for 10 years, and this is finally going to be it. It's finally going to be over. If these shows were better, if the characters were better, if the storylines and plots and villains were all better, then I would be a lot more sad. I'd be a lot more angry that this is ending. This would be a lot harder of a video to make and talk about, but the fact that it has been such a chore, it's been such a slog, and let's be honest, it's been downright brutal at times to continue to watch these shows. I'm one of the few who has stuck around, kicking and screaming, of course. Look, is there a part of me that this feels a little bittersweet? Sure. But let's be honest, this show needed to go a long time ago. Now, from what I understand, this is only going to be 13 episodes. Again, thank God. I say only 13 episodes because the usual CW format is anywhere between 21 to 22, even 23 episodes per season, which is ridiculous. But when you compare to other shows on streaming services, they could be somewhere between 6 to 8 episodes. Even 13 seems like more than usual. If I had it my way, if I was the showrunner, I would make Killer Frost the main villain. And I know that sounds surprising. I know that might even sound like, what? How? And why? Well, first things first, Caitlin not really became the Frost character. The Frost character was a personality that sort of separated herself from Caitlin and ended up being a good character, a member of the Flash team. She kind of became a villain at first. She was more so the follower or a lackey, but she wasn't really the main villain. She didn't really want to be a villain, and I really just think that this was the show's way of trying to keep Caitlin around as a character that she was and not really wanting to break the status quo. But ever since Frost died last season, Caitlin lost it. Caitlin took this so bad that she tried to recreate a new body for Frost, which I'm not even sure if she could have done it or if she was going to do it. But when Barry found out about this, Barry said, "Fuck you! You're not doing this. You're not making this." And he destroyed her entire lab. Quite hilarious when you think about it. So Caitlin, because of this, left the group, or at least she took a sabbatical. She took a break. She needed time to think about it. She needed time off, which, okay, fine. They probably didn't really know what they wanted to do with her. And I believe Danielle Panabaker, the actress, was pregnant, so they just had to get rid of her. I feel like you should establish that during this time away, Caitlin was successful in creating a new body, or she didn't have to create a new body. She just used her own body. And because Caitlin has so much anger in her, because Caitlin has so much disdain and hatred towards what Barry Allen did to her, since it is the final season, making the main villain be more connected to our main characters, having it be somebody that we have seen and been with for 9+ years, it works. It works on an emotional level. It works on a conflicted level. You can spend so much time during these episodes seeing Barry and the entire group try to save Caitlin's soul. It reminds me of other plots that we've seen before, like Mystique in X-Men Days of Future Past, where they were all trying to stop her from killing her first person, which would then cause the end of the world or the end of all mutant kind. Or more recently, Wanda the Scarlet Witch in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, where Wanda became a flat-out villain because of all of her emotional issues and the damage that she's gone through. I could easily see Caitlin having a similar breakdown, mental breakdown, and just losing it. And at times, she will feel sorry. At times, she will feel guilty. She will regret things that she will do, but she will continue to do it because that's how evil she now is. In fact, to further emphasize how evil Caitlin is now, I would have Killer Frost kill Chester and Allegra. One, because it will establish that, wow, Frost is no joke. She is a capable threat. She's a capable villain. And it will have that big emotional impact that you will undoubtedly need for a final season. This will be moments, shocking moments, that will hit the group, hit the main characters, and it will hit hard. Also, let's be real, nobody gives a shit about Chester and Allegra. And it's not the actors' fault. I actually like the actors, and I actually think that they both have had some good moments throughout their time on the show. But along the way, though, because you can't have Killer Frost as the only villain for 13 episodes, right? You're going to have some other filler episodes or other random villains just for good fun. So instead of creating a new villain, I do not think we should be creating new villains because who cares? Who wants to dedicate precious screen time to a new character or new actors that we don't give a shit about? Let's just bring back previous villains like Zoom, Professor Zoom. We haven't seen Professor Zoom in quite a long time. He's all disfigured now, right? His face is all effed up. The fake Venom character, what was his name? Bloodwork or some said bullshit. You know, he's the guy that had that horrible black Venom CGI goo that looked like shit. But hey, he's still out there. I believe they locked him in a prison. There's no reason why he shouldn't break out. And also Reverse Flash. Now, if Reverse Flash, if they did not ruin him as much as they ruined him last season, and believe me, season 8 ruined Reverse Flash forever. He has been tarnished big time. I would have suggested having Reverse Flash be the main villain for season 9 to have it be a full circle, right? He was the first villain in season 1. He was the best villain, at least in season 1. And it would have made sense to have him be the main villain of season 9. But because he was already the main villain of season 8, because he was done wrong and done dirty, I would bring back Reverse Flash, but this time have him be played by Eddie Thawne. So no more Harrison Wells. I would have Eddie Thawne be the one. I think you can do something messy and screwy with the timeline to show that that version of Eddie Thawne somehow, some way ended up becoming Reverse Flash. We also need to bring back Wally West, who is the brother of Iris West, so it absolutely makes sense. Jesse Quick, I always like that actress. I like that character. I think she could be cool. And Patty Spivot. I loved Patty Spivot as a character. I loved her as a love interest for Barry. I thought she was an even better love interest than Iris was. It was too bad that she only lasted the one season. I think the actress, Chantel Van Santen, she is great. She was great on the show. She was great in The Boys. There's no reason why we can't bring back her character, even for just one episode, have her catch back up with Barry. Cisco is a character that desperately needs to come back, even for just a one-off. He is somebody that was there from day one. He was Barry's right-hand man, guy in the chair, very smart character. It would be a shame if we went through this whole last season and not at least gotten Cisco back. Felicity Smoke. Oh, fuck. Am I really saying this? Oh, God damn it. You know what? Maybe not. Let's not forget, this is a send-off to the entire Arrowverse. This is not just Flash send-off. even though it is. This is also a send-off to the entire universe. Even Oliver Queen, the man himself, Stephen Amell, probably deserves to come back. I know he died in the Crisis thing, but having him die and come back as the Spectre was one of the dumbest send-offs to a main character I think I have ever seen, ever. I do not want that to be the last image of Oliver Queen. I think Stephen Amell deserves better. I think Oliver Queen deserves better. And I don't know how you would explain it or how you would make it work, but finding some way to bring back Oliver Queen, even for just one scene where he can motivate Barry one last time. The Legends of Tomorrow deserve a proper send-off. I know not everybody loved their show. I know not everybody liked how goofy and the over-the-top comedic tone that the show had, but I had fun with it. I enjoyed it, and I feel like it was a shame that after 7 seasons, that show just ended abruptly, and it ended on a cliffhanger to where we're like, really? You're not even going to give them a final season to wrap things up? Well, that sucks. At the very least, Sarah Lance. Sarah Lance is somebody who she was there since day one, really, in season 2 of Arrow, and just took over this role as Sarah. Sarah was easily a character that was not supposed to last as long as she did. They were supposed to kill off Sarah Lance, 2 or 3 different times, and because Katie Lotz was so good, because the fans loved her so much, they always had to find a way to bring her back. Sarah Lance deserves a good ending, a happy ending. It also would be nice to see Kitty Cassidy in some way come back and get some sort of goodbye. And even Heatwave, Roy, the actor who played Roy, I know he didn't have great things to say about the Legends of Tomorrow TV show. I don't really remember if it was a writing issue with him because they really did make his character very goofy, or if it was more of a production thing, behind the scenes thing. But because his character specifically started off as a villain on The Flash, it would make a lot of sense to bring back Heatwave. Also, Booster Gold was introduced in the very last episode of Legends of Tomorrow. And I always thought Booster Gold was a great character. I always thought Booster Gold was an interesting character from the comic books. I remember he had a Smallville episode in season 10 that I thought was really, really good. And Donald Faison played him in that last episode of Legends, so I guess you'd have to bring him back. But I always thought Booster Gold would be a pretty cool foe or somebody to go up against the Flash. We should probably see less of Cecile using her powers. In fact, I would like to just sort of quietly do away with Cecile using her powers. I don't dislike the actress that plays Cecile. I don't not like her. I don't want her gone from the show or anything like that. I think she's fine. I just feel like it's very forced to have her being able to read minds and being able to get inside people's heads and being able to just do things. I'm just like, why can't she just be a person? I need a really great speech from Joe West. The earlier seasons of The Flash, Joe West was so good at being able to just sit Barry down and have this father to son, I know you better than you know yourself. This is what you need to do to fix things or to be better or to be happier. He was my favorite character on the show for so long. And last but not least, Iris should get pregnant. Because I know we've already established so many times that they have kids, Barry and Iris, they have kids in the future, and it's a whole big production. And I know the actress, Candice Patton, has been wanting to leave the show for a while. Even last season, it felt like they tried to reduce her schedule so that it come up with some horrible BS time sickness that she had. And it was just awful, awful. Partner in crime for Barry, a reporter. Easily, she could be like a Lois Lane character where she has some side plots. If not at the beginning, by the end of the season, we should find out that Iris is pregnant. We can see the start of what will be their future. So, yes, I'm not saying this is perfect. I'm not saying that this will even satisfy everybody. But given what we have got so far, given the crap that the show has given us for these last few seasons, I feel like this is the best case scenario of how we could wrap up the Flash show and wrap up the Arrowverse. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of my ideas for the final season of The Flash. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you have your own thoughts and opinions on what you would do for this final season? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.
Oh yeah. Today I feel super